Alright, so we're back. And it's probably at least a month, if not 5 weeks later than when I made the first half of this video. There's always got to be a lot of drama with this tractor for some reason, but I got it back, and the cab is smashed on both sides. The dealership said that they used a strap to pull the cab off to replace this hydraulic pump and crush the cab with it. So I'm guessing that they didn't have the appropriate tooling to take this cab off. And then once they got it off the tractor, they said it swung into their forklift and it broke this fender. So you gotta laugh at this stuff, because otherwise it'd drive you insane. So they got that stuff on order, and who knows when that'll come in. But I figured I'd see if this new pump helped at all. It hasn't on the hydrostat. In fact, it's made the hydrostat worse. And I'll insert a clip here to show what the hydrostat's doing now. But I was going to see if it'll lift this thing like it should, and if it doesn't, then it's another major issue that they got to solve. So got the fork slid in, and I'll start off with it all the way in, because it should lift its max lift capacity with the bucket. Slid all the way back as close as I can get it to the pivot points. And then if it lifts it there, then we'll just slowly move it out to see where it stops lifting it. So I'll jump in and get it started. Alright, so from that pin up there, the ground down here, exactly 9 feet. So I'm as far in as the forks will allow. And that should be the max lifting capacity point for it, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm going to leave the tractor in idle here, see what it picks up. I'll be a son of a gun. That did make a difference. At an idle, I almost get it up to the bull bar up front. Well, now I'll give it some RPMs. Well, it definitely lifted it higher than it did before, so it has improved the lifting capacity. It should still, however, lift this to full height, and we're quite a ways from full height, so let me put this at max RPMs and see what happens. So with it all the way in close as it can get from the ground to that pivot pin is exactly 7 feet. Well, I was able to curl it, which I wasn't able to before, so it's improved the lift capacity and the curl capacity, which I'll call that a partial win anyway. It should lift that all the way up with no problem. I mean, the little bit of snow that's in it, couldn't add that much weight to it. So it's still well under 2,000 pounds for that bucket. And the lift capacity is 2340 if I remember right. So still not lifting what it should, but it's lifting better. Alright, so I've moved it back to about 24 inches from the pivot point there, so that's just slightly beyond what their rated distance is for max capacity, and we'll see what that does. Alright, so I'll try it again at an idle. And it does get it off the ground. Only about half as far as it did when it was in close. So I'll give it some more RPM here. See, take it up to 2,000, see what that does. Gotta keep the bucket somewhat level here so it doesn't slide back on me. At 2,000, we're still quite a ways off the ground, but nothing like we were. So I'll go to full RPMs here. Measure it here and double check. So it's exactly 6 feet from the ground up to that pin, and that's at the roughly 500 millimeter mark. So just about 24 inches from this pin here, which substantially less than full height. This might not be a super great improvement over the last pump, but there is some. So I guess I'll be having a chat with the dealer, see what they want to do. Any questions or comments, leave them below. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.